Us is Republican Congressman from Florida, Daniel Webster. Congressman, good to see you, and thanks so much for coming on. I want to get to this before we get to the calls to investigate Fauci. Your thoughts on the hearing? We've seen him go before the House, AG Garland, and now we've seen it through the Senate. What are your thoughts? Did you learn anything new?
Well, first of all, I'm a strong supporter of medical research, but I'm also a strong opponent of animal cruelty. And I think that's not a mutually exclusive idea. It's there. And so I think the questions we're asking they should be answered. There are a lot of things they're doing to these dogs don't have to be done. Matter of fact, even the FDA backs that up and says there's no reason, if they've already proved that the drug is safe, why would they have to again test them on dogs? There's no reason to do that. So I don't know. I think Dr. Fauci has lost all confidence in from all kinds of people, the public, members of Congress, all kinds. I don't know. It's just amazing because he's answering these things. I think it's from pride or power or politics. Sad.
Well, let me get to that. The Beagle Freedom Project actually releasing a statement here. I'll read it to you. It says this: bearing witness to what you and your organization does, these animals is nothing short of criminal. It is time to end it, and the world is watching. If it does not end immediately, Beagle Freedom Project will make sure it becomes criminal, and those who perpetrate it will be punished by law, end quote. My question for you, Congressman, is what does accountability look like with Dr. Fauci?
That's a good question. I'm not sure, but what I would tell you is or maybe the question is, do people believe him? And the answer is no. Not the public, like I said before, not members of Congress, not anyone that believes him, because the answers change. So accountability would be one thing about accountability is he get his story correct and stick to it.
Lastly, to get to the breaking news that we brought off the top of the show here, President Biden, he's delaying his Europe trip. He's trying to get this deal done with Democrats, allegedly dropping paid family leave, medical leave. This is one of the big hallmarks of their reconciliation bill. What are your thoughts on it now? It was $3.5 trillion. Now they're down to $1.75 trillion. Is it about the number, or is it about what's inside this bill? Your thoughts?
Well, look, it's not my food fight. It's among the Democrats. But what I hear them saying is, where's the bill? Okay, you're saying this might have been dropped. They're saying this did drop. But who's seen the bill? Who's seen the document? They keep talking about this framework. That framework's been around for months. But there's no language to go with it, nothing to read. I think that's the real problem. And there are a lot of people that are expressing that on the other side of the aisle.
Well, politically, President Biden and many critics say he needs this win. He needs this W. That's why he's delaying his trip. He should be in Europe, or he should be on his way to Europe. He is not. He's staying behind to make sure this gets done with the Democrats. I understand Republicans are not on board. Politically, though, how does this look for Democrats if they cannot get this bill done?
Well, I think there's a difference of opinion, but I think the difficulty they're having is not producing the language. They've got to produce something. I think the Republicans certainly would balk at that too. There's no guarantee of what they're wanting if you just talk about what might or might not be in a bill. So I think that's the difficulty. And then how can you hold a rules committee and come up with an idea when there's no bill to have a rules committee on to produce a bill that we would hear on the floor of the House? It's impossible. I think they need to get their order straight, and then they need to get it written down. If they don't write it down, no one can really vote on it.
Yeah, again, that bill's still out there. Also, the bipartisan infrastructure bill, somewhat tied to that as well. Congressman Dan Webster will continue to follow that.